Hey, 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 my sparklers. Come on in, trying to get my lighting together. It's a little dark today. It's a little thunderstorm coming through, so it's a little dark and gray. So trying to make adjustments here to this lighting. Um, Maybe I need to turn one off. So we're gonna see. Trying to get this lighting together. Is this lighting better? Can y'all see me, sparklers? It still look a little dark. Let's see. We gonna get it together. We gonna get it together. Come on in, my sparklers. How y'all doing today on this thankful, thoughtful, and thrilling Thursday? Yes, yes. Come on in. Join in the chat. You can say your hello, sparklers, so I know that you are here. And as you come on in, sparklers, woo, I got to tell you now. Mama knows best. My mom has been something else let me tell you, all weekend, week long. Y'all hear me? But that's my mama. So I'm gonna give her some grace. But I tell you, that exercising with my mom, y'all, that was something else. It took my mom a whole hour. I wasn't making that up. A whole hour to just get herself together and come on outside and get her some steps in. Talking about the exercise started inside the house and when she was putting her clothes on. What? Like that? You know what I said? I just laughed and I said, well, it doesn't negate that you still have all these steps to put in. Okay. So shout out to mom, knows best. She got her steps in though, y'all. She got them in because I wasn't going to let her just get away with that. And had the audacity to fact check me talking about she don't understand why she couldn't have any meat in her collard greens. Trying to get her on a different, health kick, sparklers, and she had a fit. She want to know why she couldn't have talking no kind of meat. I just chopped up some fresh vegetables, threw it right on in there in her collard greens because I need to keep an eye out on what she's doing. So you know what? She said, it tastes all right, but I could tell something was missing. That's what she said, y'all. But anyway, I'm just a shout out to mom knows best, If you're watching, hi mom. All right, now let's get into it. Boy, I got a line up on this thankful, thoughtful, thrilling Thursday. Because by the way, I had to celebrate, put my different glasses on today. Today is episode 20. Get into it. Episode 20, everybody. So I am so happy to share that, yes, this is my 20th episode. I hope it looks okay. Like I said, it's thundering right now. And so we're going to hope the connectivity also stays intact. Okay. Because you know how I get the raining and, it wants to cut the fool every now and then. But we're going to keep on keeping on today. Moving right along. Now, how many of you checked in with your vision board? You know I'm going to do vision check. 1, 2, 3, vision check. How many have set your goals? Have your affirmations set on your vision board? Yes, I'm going to ask. Yes, it is June, the month of June, and every Thursday, every episode, I'm going to check in with you on your vision board. You're going to hear it the whole year round because the vision board is just not for the new year. The vision board is for every single day of the year. So 365 days is where you focus on your vision board. Moving right along. I had one more little tidbit that I want to add to the vision board, my sparklers, because I almost forgot. On my vision board, I like to share every, weekend, every episode, I like to share a little nugget. So on my vision board, I have posted, be the hero of your own story. Be the hero of your own story. Don't wait for somebody to talk about you being a hero or identifying you as a hero. No, no, no. You be the hero of your own story. All right. All right. Now, the journaling. Now, on the journaling piece, it was interesting because, I was watching the BET Awards, got a lot of downloads. So, I'm going to talk about the BET Awards. They goes, ooh, boy, it was good. It was some great nuggets, some inspirational nuggets. Then why is it every time somebody got to go out there on that social media and throw a little shade? So we're gonna get into that shade that was thrown after the BET Awards and the honorees. I'm gonna talk about that shortly. But anyway, back to the journaling. I talked about in my journal today, I deserve the best. If you don't tell yourself you deserve the best, you gonna keep waiting and waiting for other people to tell you you deserve the best, so you gonna give yourself that. Who better than you? You know what I believe, sparklers? We got to build our own self-confidence. We got to build up ourselves and elevate ourselves to a whole nother level. So who better than you? Tell yourself, I am confident. I am terrific. I am courageous. I go over, under, and around obstacles that get in the way of me achieving my goals. See, when you speak to yourself with affirming what you believe in yourself, woo, that energy alignment is something fierce. I talked about energy alignment last week, now my sparklers, but I had to bring that on back in when I talked about I deserve the best. Along with that, there was a download also about when you say you deserve the best, don't let people put on you what they think that you deserve. Sometimes people feed into the hype about what people say about them. Some people will literally listen, sparklers. Now this is a download. I'm gonna have to share this download, sparklers. Listen, now this one get real deep. Some people are willing to run and get rid of a car and buy another car just because somebody said something about the car was too small for them. They made a negative comment about their car was too small. And so what do? They don't like negative attention, or according to them, because they're going by what people are thinking of them. So they go run out, turn a car in, and go get them a different car that may be a little larger because somebody said something negative about their car. You know what, sparkler? My sparklers, let me tell you something. It gets real deep when people worry about the moves of you. You don't set yourself up like that worrying about what people say. If you bought a car, I don't care if it was tiny like a matchbox car. It's yours. Why would you say you got to follow along with what people say? That's how people get caught up in foolishness, worrying about what people say. You deserve the best. And if you feel like the best is you want to get you a nice small car and show up and show out, then that's what you do. You don't let people dictate and emphasize making comments to get you all set up to go run out and buy another car. I'm just saying, it was just a download. I don't know who, it just hit me. Sometimes we get caught up in worrying about what people think of us and what people say, instead of worrying about you being the hero of your own story. You deserve the best, my sparklers. That's a download. Because speaking of downloads, it's this gentleman on social media. He's on YouTube. He's on Instagram. Myron Goldman, he's been doing a lot of guest speaking. He was out in Dallas. And I know my sister actually flew out to Dallas to see him live. But as I was scrolling through my Instagram today, he had a little note talking about, saying that I am somebody. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, he don't struck a nerve with me. Because, in my prior role as an administrator, I used to always say, I am somebody. I am a winner. Really putting that nugget into the minds of the youth to help them to understand. I even had a fellow staff member wrote a creed, and it was called the Student Creed. But you know what? This thing is bigger than the Student Creed, because when I heard Myron Goldman say, "I am somebody," it struck a chord with me, because within the Student Creed that was written for the students, it talked about, "I have what it takes to conquer anything. There never has been, never will be another person like me. I do not have to pretend to be something I am not." I went back and looked at the creed after I saw Myron Goldman, and I saw that little component right there. And I said, "Oh my goodness." I said, "This is bigger than a student. This is bigger than a student, or bigger than a school or organization." I said, "This taps into yourselves." Oh my goodness. I have what it takes. You know, you say that with confidence and assurance and conviction. I have what it takes to conquer anything. So no matter what it is that you are facing, my sparklers, I have what it takes to conquer anything. There never has been, never will be another person like me. Look to your left, look to your right. There never will be another person like you. Okay? So that's the download in my download corner today. All right, now receive it and take it and grow yourselves and be great in that area. Mm-hmm. Now, listen up. Now, I don't know. I'm going to need some feedback in the chat for this one. Sparklers, what did you all think about the BET Awards, the 25th anniversary of the BET Awards? You all going to have to give me some feedback and some comments, because I know y'all saw it. What are the interesting things that I liked about the awards, the BET Awards? I really, really appreciate the professional, just formal designer clothes, and they toned down a lot of the exposure of skin. Kevin Hart, he was dapper, had on his little suit. I love the gorgeous gowns, oh the gosh, the gowns were amazing. The men were dressed, so it's nothing like seeing a man well dressed in a suit. And when you check out the shoes, and the shoes, they don't have a worn heel, those shoes look brand new. It's just something about a well-dressed man in a suit with those nice shoes, my sparklers. Woo! Child. I digressed. But anyways, the Ultimate Icon Awards. How classy. I really thought that BET got it right. They did a great job with honoring and recognizing more than one by saying the Ultimate Icon Award. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. Shout out to Mariah Carey. Shout out to Kirk Franklin. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. I tell you what, to see the transformation. So all four of those wonderful honorees had something different about what made them the icon, in my humble opinion. Jamie Foxx really, he really set the tone. He was very moved and emotional in regards to, as he looked at some components of the BET Awards. He was emotional because of the remembering of those who have gone. He said that could have been him up there. He set an energy to know that we should be grateful. God is good all the time. And the topic that you saw my thumbnail, all the time, is because God is good all the time. Jamie Foxx didn't have to be here, but it was God's grace that kept that man alive and well. So a shout out to Jamie Foxx for being so transparent and humble to know that, you know, God is good, and he gave God glory on that note. Moving right along now, Mariah Carey, she did her thing. Mariah Carey has been in the game a long, long time. She's been in the game. I dropped my paper. This is live, y'all. This is live. I'm talking and getting so excited. I don't look here. Got my little notes in my hand, but that's all right. But Mariah Carey kept it real. Mariah is who she is. Mariah. Kirk Franklin, his speech was humbling, and he just talked about, if you peel back the onion, Kirk Franklin talked about, he's a man. He's not perfect. No man is. And I just love Kirk Franklin's transparency and his humility around receiving that award. I thought that was really admirable of Kirk Franklin. He did not paint himself in a stature of being a perfect human being. He's just doing the work that has been stored upon him and anointed upon him. So shout out to Kirk Franklin with the Ultimate Icon Award. And then Snoop Dogg. What's impressive about Snoop Dogg? Everybody can say what they want to say about him. Snoop Dogg is a genius behind branding. He has rebranded himself time and time again. Snoop Dogg is timeless. What rapper gets on VH1 with Martha Stewart and can blow up and show out on a cooking show? Snoop Dogg. What rapper do you know can go and fit in with the Olympics in Paris? Snoop Dogg. So what I'm saying is, with Snoop Dogg's ultimate icon, because like I said, everyone had a different trait and character that made them the ultimate icon. But that doggone Snoop Dogg, this man has rebranded himself so many times, he keeps on securing that money bag. Yes, what y'all think, sparklers? You can join in the chat. Feel free to tell me what you all think about the BET Awards, because I'm telling you, the BET Awards was something else now. The BET Awards was quite special and spectacular. Oh yeah, thank you. In the chat, my sparkler, Riri and Lily. Yeah, they said Snoop Dogg. Not only did he show up in Paris, do you know that Snoop Dogg continues to operate a youth football league? That's what I am saying. He is so unique and different in his own right, and he is so well-rounded that it is such an amazing honor to see that he won the ultimate icon. He came from the rap and the hardcore, streets out in LA, and turned himself into a super ultimate icon. He gave a shout out. He talked about how he fumbled, in the marriage. And Charlie Wilson is the one that got him and his wife back together. I thought that was wonderful how he did the shout out to Charlie Wilson, and he did a shout out to marriages. You can see the growth and transformation in Snoop Dogg. So I want to just give a shout out to Snoop Dogg, because I thought he was a well-deserving person, along with all the wonderful honorees for the Ultimate Icon Award. Now, as I said earlier in the show, we're going to have to get into this conversation about the shade now that was thrown. Let people enjoy their honors without somebody always freaking going on that internet, always wanting to try to get some clout their way, or trying to do a rah-rah to get people going. Because you know what? It didn't make any sense to me. Now, I'm going to get into this. Now, this was according to the Shade Room. And I'm going to say allegedly, even though Dietrich Haddon, how do you say his name? Dietrich Haddon, he had his own cell phone there live on his social media, going off talking about he didn't think that BET did justice with who won the gospel. What was the title of that one? Because he was fit to be tied. The best gospel inspirational artist. That award went to Glorilla and Kurt Franklin. And this man had the audacity to get on the social media and just go in and let have. He did not call out the names of Kurt Franklin and Glow Melanin. About to say Glow Melanin. That's the product that keeps my skin glowing. Glow Melanin, they got what you need, y'all. I'm about to say Glow Melanin. But I'm talking about what's her name? Glorilla. Yeah, her. But he didn't call out the names. But these are the comments that Dietrich Haddon, he's a gospel singer himself, had to say. He said the Bobby Jones Gospel Award is given to someone that is not in our space. That's what he said. He said it's not in our space. The gospel music industry needs an overhaul. He also said that the same people keep winning over and over and over again, y'all. Ooh, child of shade. Now, I know that for a fact that Glorilla has not won the Bobby Jones Gospel Award over and over again. So what y'all think is popular? Who in the world was Dietrich Haddon talking about? You can read between the lines. You all know who went up there now. When Glorilla went up, somebody else went up there too. Now, all I'm saying is, why we got to be so shaded? Why did we have to come on with the negative commentary? Keep that to yourself. That's why it be such a rift across the genres of music when people just come in and just throw shade. Why is it not celebrated when there's collaboration? When it's collaboration between gospel and hip hop or R&B. You know what? Because all of it was birthed from somewhere. You know what I'm saying, Sparklers? Music is, I love music. I love all kinds of music. Music came from a birthplace, my Sparklers, that has come across different genres of music. So what I don't understand, my Sparklers, is why is it that Dietrich Haddon got so upset because of the winners of the Bobby Jones Gospel Award, you know, for the inspirational song? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's awesome when different genres collaborate together. I say go for it. Yes, it's nothing wrong with everyone has a spiritual soul, no matter who you worship in. I'm not going to get into that. And if there is a song on somebody's heart, what is the big deal about them sharing what's inside of them with the world? If they want to put it to some music, let them. If they want to collaborate with a gospel singer, let them. We need to stop being so petty. That's what causes a rift and division, my Sparklers. Music is universal, and music heals the soul. So, you know, that's just a download to just think about. But like I said, that came from it was on the Shade Room. Now, that's why I said according to the Shade Room. But the Shade Room had Dietrich Haddon actually on there talking about his dislike of how these awards went on, my Sparklers. I thought that was a little shady, but I don't know, my Sparklers. You guys gonna have to weigh in the chat because I thought that was deep. I don't know. I just put my 2 cents in, but I say shout out to anybody who dares to dream big, who dares to share that spiritual song within them. And if they want to collaborate with somebody in the gospel world, so be it. Because you know what I just thought about? Didn't Snoop Dogg also make a gospel song? Because, you know, when his mom was going through it, when she was ill and he was right there by her side, if I recall correctly, even Snoop Dogg had a song in his heart that he also recorded in the gospel area. So we need not be so petty. You know, it's room for everybody. And I don't think the same people win over and over again. And that's my opinion, okay? Shout out to anybody that has an opinion, and shout out to anybody who has something in their heart and soul that they want to share with the world. That's all I'm just going to say on that note. But them BET Awards, they were absolutely pure fire. The BET Awards, they were all right with me. I can take a repeat of that next year because you know what? They got it right. Yes, in the chat, they said, Shout out. They said this was a great BET Awards. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Lily and Riri, one of my sparklers there. Yes, you were speaking on that. Anybody else that want something to weigh in, please weigh in on the BET Awards because I thought they were magnificent. And listen now, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I stayed up to the very last second when the credits were rolling. I went to bed at 1:45. I tell you, that next day, I was a little tired now. Let me tell you, it took a moment for me to get up now. I had to shake that off because boy, that was a long night, but it was well worth it. It was very motivating. I got a lot from it. I really did. It was a great BET award show. Now, I want to move on, moving right along. Now, I don't like talk about anything sad, but I just want to share about Ananda Lewis. I used to watch this young lady on MTV. Ananda Lewis passed away yesterday, 52 years old. May she rest in peace. May she rest in power. May she rest in sleep. She was a beautiful young lady. She died from breast cancer. If I recall correctly, forgive me if I'm, not correct, but I'm pretty sure that when she first found out and she was diagnosed, she wanted to do natural holistic treatment, and she did not receive the medical treatment right away into the latter stages. So, if I'm wrong, my sparkles, you all know I'm free. You can fact check me. Y'all, you're welcome to do that. But I'm pretty sure that she didn't start right away with the medical treatments. But may she rest in peace. MTV Teen Summit. I just enjoyed back in the day. I used to watch all that. And also, by the way, on 106 in Park from the BET Awards, they did a little flashback to the era of 106 in Park. And it was great to see Free. I thought AJ was going to be there. So it was good seeing Free on the 106 in Park. So I just wanted to throw that in as well and give a shout out there too. Yes. And once again, rest in peace to Ananda Lewis and condolences to her family. Also, just wanted to share also that was trending. There's something going on with Deion Sanders with an unspecified illness. I pray all is well for Deion Sanders. We're looking forward to a great kickoff to his college football season, but you got to take care of yourself first. Nothing comes before your health. So you take care of yourself, Deion. Get well, get healthy, so we can see an awesome football season. Okay? All right now. Now, y'all know what time it is. Y'all see my peppers behind me. Let me slide my peppers on through here. Now, I got to tell you something, my sparklers. When I was going on those best, y'all, I left my peppers home outside on the patio, and it didn't rain for like 5 days. My peppers had got a little droopy. They had got a little droopy. So I've been trying to rejuvenate. They trying to come back to life. You see how they kind of that's because I left them outside on the patio, and they didn't get a lot of water until yesterday. So they trying to make a comeback. They see how they standing tall, but I do need my leaves to go back out flying like an eagle because right now they looking a little droopy. So they trying to do a bounce back, y'all. My peppers trying to do a bounce back, but they gonna get there. They still pretty. I got the green peppers. I got the red peppers. And I got the yellow peppers. Y'all see my pepper sparklers? Mm-hmm. They gonna get back on track. They still look a little droopy. They still look like they still coughing. They recovering, but they gonna get back right. They gonna get back right. Yes, my sparklers. Woo! What a great show today. And as I shared earlier, my sparklers, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. This is my 20th episode, and I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to keep on growing my YouTube channel. I hope you also share with a friend. Pass it on. And by the way, don't forget to be great. Until next week, my sparklers, I will see you all later. Who better than you? Come on and show up and show out. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.